What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another reaction video. I'm here with the final few character trailers for the Descendants, for the first Descendant. We're gonna go through, I believe this is the last five. I think there's five left. And for those of you who know, I've been playing the first Descendant on Twitch, and I have not beaten the game, but I think I'm like at least I'm halfway through what I think is the first story. I'll get into it in my review, which should be coming out soon. And yeah, I have thoughts. But for now, I want to take a look at these Descendants who I will probably never get to play and see if any of them would have stood out to me. So, enough of me talking, let's get into it.
Kyle, with a personality as solid as his magnetic force, always serves as a reliable shield for his teammates on the front lines.
With my strength, I will pull
Gravity
everything
guy.
towards me, even the final victory.
Using the controller at his fingertips, Kyle absorbs incoming enemy attacks and converts them into magnetic force.
Ha, that's pitiful. You won't get through.
Kyle absorbs damage with his accumulated magnetic force, and when all his magnetic force is depleted, a wide-range explosion occurs.
Let's get this started.
The superconductivity thrusters release a burst of energy, allowing Kyle to quickly charge at the enemy.
It's very
Kyle
Ajax-like.
then releases his accumulated magnetic force instantly, flying through the air at explosive speeds. Upon landing, he releases all remaining magnetic force, decisively ending the battle.
Time to end you.
When Kyle's shield is completely depleted, he will eventually recover it, along with the magnetic force over a certain period of time.
Charging magnetic force. Time
Okay.
to show him what I'm made of.
Another tanker. Alright.
Blair is
the fire
indifferent
guy.
to the intense gaze of his surrounding enemies, whether it's those on the battlefield or actual flames.
So, what's the assignment this time? Cooking? Arson?
As a former cook, Blair creates a flame zone just like he used to when lighting the stove, causing burn damage to nearby enemies.
Ah! Watch the floor!
Recovering the flame zone increases his defense. No one can match Blair's ability to handle fire. When enemies swarm like insects, he puts
He's
on a
very
fire
much
show.
like Freya
Thanks to
and
this, his enemies have nicknamed him the fire-breathing demon.
I forget her
Feel
name.
the heat?
Blair can continuously inflict burn damage on a large number of enemies. Watch his deadly cuisine in action on the battlefield.
Hope you enjoy it!
His respect for the flame and his control of fire are a form of art. The more fire AoE there is, the higher his critical hit rate.
Today's cooking killed it.
Okay, okay.
Sharon doesn't resent the accident that happened in her past. In fact, her resulting cutting-edge cyborg body has become her deadliest weapon as an assassin.
The most important thing for an assassin is to never let
Aside
your
from
target
Bunny, I
get
think she's
away.
like the coolest
Once
looking
Sharon reaches out her left arm, her
female
enemies are
Descendant.
deadly. She first stuns them with an electric grenade.
It stings, doesn't it?
Then Sharon uses the device in her right arm to slash forward with an electric blade, dealing electric damage and inflicting electrocution. A pinnacle of state-of-the-art technology, Sharon's body prosthetic designates multiple targets and throws explosive daggers in a flash.
I'll end this now.
Don't be surprised if Sharon disappears out of sight. She has camouflage skills to protect both her human and machinic body.
You won't find me.
Sharon's ATK increases for enemies who haven't designated her as their target. Be aware, she
Yeah,
is
that's
capable
nice.
of wiping out countless enemies if she wishes.
Target
Very sneak
eliminated.
attack rogue.
It ends here.
Solid.
Jaber's ability isn't limited to summoning turrets and controlling them, however. His intellect also makes it possible to use the turrets efficiently in battle.
Commencing. Turret synchronization operation.
Jaber attacks enemies by summoning an optimized assault turret based on his remote control ability.
Assault turret activated.
Not only that, he also
Okay.
heals allies with a medical turret that protects his teammates.
Oh. So far,
Taking
he
down
seems the
enemies
most
with only
versatile.
turrets can be tricky, but Jaber has a multi-purpose gun as well that can enhance his turrets. This special multi-purpose gun can also deal damage to hit enemies. When Jaber focuses his full concentration, he can retrieve the installed turrets. If the turrets explode during retrieval, they deal damage to nearby enemies.
Time to blow it all up.
When both assault and medical turrets are summoned, their ATK increase with Jaber's turret sync ability.
This is where the fun begins.
He seems the most versatile, honestly. Last but not least, we have
Having
Freyna.
endured harsh trials through sheer force of will, Freyna has now gained the ability to handle toxic substances beyond anything imaginable. She strives to overcome her trauma, but never shows weakness.
Do as I say if you want to live.
Freyna, who expertly controls
God,
venom,
the voice acting
throws
for some of these
toxins at
Descendants
enemies
is
to
not
create a
good.
toxic swamp. Anyone who steps into the swamp becomes trapped like a rat.
Watch your feet.
If overexposed to her own toxins, Freyna triggers defense mechanism, entering the
Similar to
big
Blair.
body armor state that significantly increases her defense.
Don't get close. You should be careful around me.
Be careful not to anger Freyna. If hit by her venom baptism, you'll immediately fall into a state of trauma.
Any last words?
Freyna sprays toxic substances directly from the Archfactor cylinder on her left arm, poisoning enemies and causing them to writhe in pain as they slowly die.
This will hurt a little.
Poisoned enemies become Freyna's prey. Seeing enemies stagger from the poison increases her attack.
I'll dissolve you all. This is going to be painful.
Alrighty. Alright, those are the last few Descendants we had left to see. And yeah, it's funny because in game I've seen Freyna, I think I've seen one Blair and a bunch of Viesas, and they all work similarly, where they have very puddles, and they have damage over time based abilities, and also I already forgot her name, the one with the bubbles with the water. She's also very in that realm of they're not exactly the same. They obviously have some differences, but they have similar little gimmicks where they paint the floor, they cover the floor with certain things and stuff like that. And yeah, really nice. I think his name was not Blair. Yes, it was Blair, or was it Kyle? Whichever one, the gravity one. He is the most similar to Ajax, I want to say, with the shield. Obviously he has some differences, but I think the gameplay style is very similar to Ajax, which is par for the course when you break the characters down into tank, support, and assault roles. But for sure, I think Jaber, he looked the most versatile out of all of them, with both turrets for damaging and for healing. I really dug that. And again, as cool as these characters look, probably never get to play them just because of how the game is, the first Descendant. My review of it, or my final impressions of the game, will probably be going up a little bit after this, where I break down exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying. But despite that, I will say the characters looked cool. They looked fun to play. At least some of them, not all of them, looked fun to play. And it's just a bummer they are locked behind such a tedious progression, or not even tedious, but just it's basically you're forced to have to pay money for this game. I don't want to get into it now. I'll have it on my final impressions video. But regardless, it's just a bummer. They looked cool. Quite a few of them looked I would want to try them out. And it's just a bummer I probably will never get the chance to. But those are my thoughts. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I appreciate any and all feedback. Subscribe. I'm streaming on Twitch, so please consider following me there at twitch.tv/JustAGamerInc, all together in word, or you can click link below. But yeah, have you guys tried the first Descendant? Are you also really not having problems with it the same I am? Are you having a blast with it? Just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. But again, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.